Sir, sa review ng Palace Legal Team, bali, lumilitaw po ba na yung parang pinaka-cause ng insidenteng ito, yung problema ho dun sa ombudsman, yung parang pagkakabinbin, pagkakabaliwala dun sa pagpapatagal sa motion for
Nandun po
reconsideration?
sa IRC report yun. I think it's the last page. Second to the last and the last page contains that. No? Ang sinasabi po do sa IRC report, Captain Mendoza was charged by before 3 bodies, di ba? Yung IAS would be one of them. I don't know if there was the court. I'm sorry, don't remember the fact kung court or NAPOLCOM, and the ombudsman. In 2 of the 3 proceedings, he was exonerated. Basically because the complainant failed to subscribe to his affidavit, failed to appear. In the ombudsman's case, the complainant also did not show up. No? So, under the rules, so nagkaroon ng decision, dismissal from the service, forfeiture pay benefits, etc. So, Mendoza, under the rules of the ombudsman, had the right to expect a review of the decision within 5 days. Alam naman natin, 9 months, hindi na aksyonan. Now, hindi siya makapunta sa higher court hanggang walang finality yung decision. Hindi siya pwede mag-appeal. So, talagang wala siyang mapuntahan, wala siyang malaktawan. At doon sa puntong yun, ito nag-set ng chain na kailangan na ako gumawa ng desperate action dahil wala na akong mapuntahan talaga. He had something like less than a year to serve. Tapos bigla na lang nullified lahat nung pay, benefits, etc. So, that has to be, hindi natin masasabi kulang yung batas natin eh. Meron ng procedure inscribed, no, in their own operating rules and regulations, which they did not follow. So, bakit natin sinasama ang ombudsman at yung deputy ombudsman? Ultimately, they're responsible. The deputy ombudsman, we can investigate. No? There is a law on the ombudsman that authorizes the president. For the case of deputy ombudsman, the special prosecutors, etc. The ombudsman herself is an impeachable officer, constitutional office. And the only avenue for investigating her would be Congress.
Okay. Sir, last question po. So, sa tingin niyo ho yung nire-recommend ng ng Palace Legal Team na neglect of duty, hindi ho kaya parang mababa lang, medyo mababang kaso lang ho yan?
Yung neglect kasi may gross, may simple, merong, well, masyadong marami ho yung legal jargon dito, no? Pero sa mababaw, ito ho yung extent ng pwede natin mapatunayan. Yung, kunyari kay Magtibay, kung sumunod siya, in-order niya yung SAF, nagbago ba yung outcome? Pinipilit ho ng mga iba nag-review, bago na nag-in-employ yung Manila SWAT, marami ng putukan nangyari sa loob. May impression, di ba parang mula sa unang putok hanggang nag-assault yung Manila SWAT, parang 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So, maski na in-employ mo yung SAF, sa sobrang delay ng pagkilos, hindi mo na rin magagarantiya na nabuhay yung mga hostages. So, gusto mo sanang sabihin na dapat kumilos sila kaagaran. Pero, indulo nga yan, walang garantiya na nagbago yung outcome. So, hindi mo pwedeng masabi dahil sa ginawa niyang to, ginaransya niya na namatay yung mga hostages. So, pagdating sa korte, paano mo i-demanda yung isang tao na sasabihin mo, baka naligtas yung mga ibang, baka nagbago yung resulta, would be one thing. So, balik tayo, no? Responsible kami dapat na magfa-file ka ng kaso na magpa-prosper. Pag pinasok mo ng manipis at halos siguradong mababaliwala at mababasura, edi lalo naman siguro wala nangyari sa pagpapadala ng mensahe sa lahat na meron kayong responsibilidad, meron kayong dapat kampanan na tungkulin. Thank you.
The next question is from Eileen Incha of NHK.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Sir, if 2 media men showed irresponsibility bordering on the criminal, what message is the government trying to make before the international community? Is the media untouchable?
Hindi naman sa untouchable. Yung we really value the sense of freedom. And I guess, di ba during my mom's time, for instance, yung total lack of freedom, na nagkaroon ng freedom, nagkaroon ng excess. Pero towards the end of her term, nagkaroon na naman talaga ng self-regulating at saka disciplining. Dito nagkaroon na tayo ng Peninsula Incident at inaasahan natin na yung pinagkasundo nun ipatutupad. Pero marami pa rin natukso na hindi pwede maiskupan. Kailangan makipagsabayan. Nakalimutan na hindi vacuum. Kumilos kang ganito, pwede may implications, pwede may repercussions. So, sinasabi lang natin dito, pupunta ba tayo doon sa punto na gagawa tayo ng limitations kaagad sa karapatan ng ating press? Ayaw naman namin pasukan yon. Pero pag nakita naman natin dito, kung tulad ng isang sektor nagsabing wala kaming kasalanan, huwag sana kami mapilitan na talagang i-define. Pero, future instances, pag na-at risk na kayo, yung police powers ng Estado ay very broad. No? Hindi lang power po yun, may obligasyon na pangalagaan ng seguridad ng lahat. At pag meron hong lumalabag na naglalagay sa sarili na in danger, parang ama, kailangan ho tayong magpakita ng kamalian ng anak.
Sir, on one hand, regarding PNoy and Robredo, sir, why still keep them in their posts if they have showed failures and shortcomings and one of the first biggest crisis in your administration?
Paano naman ho yung mga successful nila? For instance, no, in the first 3 weeks, na-resolve natin yung extralegal killings in half of the cases that happened in our watch. Nakalimutan ko na lang ho ba yun? Nakikita yung, hindi lang naman potential, may nagawa na ho maganda. Yung, tingnan ho nyo yung simple na lang na carjacking na attended with force. Yung sa kapatid po ni Secretary Romulo. Di ba na-solve ho kaagad yun? Yung dito sa mga pagpaslang na nalalapit na barangay elections, natutukoy na po yung kung alin ang election related, alin ho ang dahilan sa ibang bagay. No? So, ako naman po, tayong lahat tao, hindi naman tayo perfecto. May pagkakamali, may maganda nagagawa. Si Jesse Robredo ho, sa informal settlers sa Naga, yung unang grupo na informal settlers, natapos na po nila yung problema. Yung mga anak na ho ngayon ang hinahandle nilang problema. So dahil dito, sasabihin ko, yung expertise mo, Jesse, hindi ko nagagamitin. 500,000 families po yung informal settlers natin at 200,000 pesos per family to relocate. So, ang potential, at yung 500,000 mukhang yun ang low figure. Multiply by 5, di ba? Typical family. That is the amount of the population that has a problem of yung informal settling. A lot of them pa do sa danger areas like Lupang Arienda. Doon yung latest figure namin is over 300,000 families. Saan mo ilalagay? Paano mo ilalagay doon? Paano mo kukumbinsin? Saan ang pera? Meron hong dumana doon at successful in the person of Jesse Robredo. Should I remove him?
Thank you, sir.
Norman Bordadora, Philippine Daily Inquirer.
Mr. President, good afternoon. Sir.
Sorry, Norman.
Sir, you gave instructions to Secretary Robredo and Undersecretary Puno to work together this time. Sir, can we take this to mean that one of them or both of them would be let go the next time any sign of squabbling happens in the department?
Siguro part of what I told them last night, itong trabaho natin, talagang marami intrigador Kayo naman para kayong bagong salta na hindi pa kayo nasanay. Yeah. Huwag kayong magpapagatong. Huwag kayong magiging desperate, huwag kayong magiging frustrated. In the case of both of them have been in severe pressure. Yung Secretary Puno's, for instance, mother is not a young person. Is recovering from the loss of Rico's father about 2 years ago. Adjusting to life without the husband. Siyempre, anak niya involved dito. Talagang grabe yung pressure na inaabot. So, ako medyo natututo pa rin ako sa inyo, time to time. Di ba? Sila hindi pa ever na directly in this much attention. So, inuunawa ko rin. Pero nga behavior, patterns of yung, hindi ba parang tama at responsible na actions that I expect of them. And they gave me a commitment na kakayanin nila at kinakaya nila. Kung hindi, edi magpapaalaman na kami.
Sir, just a follow-up. When you said that you referred the NAPOLCOM, the filing of charges to the police officers, and to the DILG, the filing of administrative charges against Mayor Lim, are you in fact recommending that they be charged administratively?
I think that is the message. We're going through the process. Actually, I'm not referring, I'm ordering that it be transferred to the appropriate bodies tasked by our laws to discipline erring members. So Mayor Lim falls under the purview of review by the DILG. The police officers have the NAPOLCOM as the body that determines their fate.
Thank you, sir.
Raymond Tinasa, Bombo Radio.
Sir, good afternoon, Mr. President. Sir, just your reaction. Kasi before pa mailabas ito, may reaction si Archbishop Emeritus Oscar Cruz saying that he sees no reason para hindi i-uphold yung rekomendasyon ng IRC considering na yung naging mabusisi yung investigation at the same time aided by prosecutors and even lawyers compared to sa ginawa ng legal team niyo. What can you say to this na parang
Pwede ba pamasko ko lang kay Archbishop Cruz, hindi na ako magkomentaryo sa kanya. Dahil sa totoo lang naman, sensya na okay, dahil tinuruan akong galangin yung mga membro ng simbahan po natin, lalo na nakakatanda sa atin. Pero kayo na magsabi, kailan ho ba siya nagsabi ng maayos? Tungkol sa anuman hong ginawa natin. Ngayon, konti lang pagsisiyasat. Sana binasa po niya yung ginawa ng aking legal team at yung IRC. Ano ba binaliktad namin sa sinabi ng IRC? They said file the appropriate criminal and administrative cases. And we did that. We looked for criminal cases that can be filed. We assessed whether or not this will prosper. So what is he talking about? Pero na nga, ulitin ko lang talaga ako naman baka dumating sa estado po niya na nag-iisa, matanda. Pinanood ko po kasi yung Grumpy Old Men At pipilitin ko unawain siya every time. At siguro, paalala na lang sa atin sa Biblia, nakalagay naman po yun. Blessed are the persecuted. Thank you sa kanya, mabibless po ako.
Ina Andolong from RPN9.
Yes, good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon, Mr. President. Sir, during your meeting with Secretary Robredo and Yusek Puno, did they admit to having some differences or some sort of conflict given their respective roles in the DILG?
Part of it is yung miscommunication. Part of it is absence of communication also. Siguro further definition of what is each one supposed to be doing at this point in time. Clarification on procedures at resolving if there are disputes. Nire-emphasize ko rin yung ordinate and subordinate positions ng dalawa. Meaning, may boss, merong subordinate naman.
Sir, another one. Sir, will you be directing an investigation on the leaks that came out on
It's
the
actually
IRC
ongoing.
report?
It's ongoing.
Ongoing na po, sir. Sir, kasama na rin po ba yung, can we expect the results of the leak of the SONA that was earlier also ordered, sir?
Hopefully. Alam mo yung, we are, I cannot tell you what we're doing. Ang problema kasi doon, siyempre, yung mga nagbabiolate ng pagtitiwala sa kanila, ayaw mabuko. Kung sasabihin ko naman paano namin hinahanap itong mga bantay sa lakay na to, parang pinahirapan ko naman yung trabaho ng mga nag-iimbestiga.
So, sir, are you implying that those maybe some palace officials, sir, and sir, ano po magiging sanctions nila, sir, kung mapatunayan po na galing sa palasyo ang leak?
Yung the basis of all the relationships has to be trust. We deal with matters here that affect the state. Becomes a national security issue. And if you don't have the trust and confidence of the appointing authority, you have no basis to be here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Vance Fernandez from Police Files.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, bali po ba na binaliwala po ba ninyo lahat ng nagawa ng mga opisyal o mga police officers during the hostage crisis, lalong-lalo na si Isko Moreno, na ngayon lalagyan pa ninyo ng kaso?
Walang kaso po nire-recommenda kay Isko.
So, sir, when are you planning to receive kailan po matatanggap yung report po ng Hong Kong nationals regarding